And the expectation is that we form a low higher than this one and higher than this one, because this is the one that we just came from. So it makes sense for this low to appear within this area for a new bullish pattern to take us to a new all-time high. In today's Wojak video, I'm going to tell you why I am bullish on Wojak. So in previous updates, I was showing you, just as I was making my updates here, telling everyone this correction is the same as the last. All the way back over here, I was saying the same thing for Wojak. There is a slight difference this time, which is we have not actually come to the 200 EMA. So there are arguments that it still might go ahead and do so. If that is the case, it will look a little bit different, because here we've actually already formed the double bottom, then got the pump up, and then maybe it comes back down to retest before continuation higher. I think that this scenario over here would actually occur if Bitcoin fills in that CME gap that it formed over the weekend. And that's how we would come down to the 200 EMA. But if Bitcoin chooses not to fill it in, then we will see bullish continuation across the market, and that includes Wojak. But the reason why I am bullish is because we know that this correction is just a mirror image of the last, and each time we put in a new higher high. So this is the reasoning for why I'm bullish. We know we're in a similar correction. Maybe this time we're getting out earlier than the previous times. As you can see over here, we were consolidating for a multi-months, and maybe this is going to be a shorter period if we continue with this breakout. So for Wojak at the moment, as we've now broken out of this double bottom neckline, you want to maintain the neckline in order to get that bullish continuation. But don't actually get thrown off if we fall back underneath it. It just means we're now coming to find a key level of support, which would be your 200 EMA around this area. You can see around 722, around there, looking for, just as you saw last time, the bottom signal pretty much. And that's if it's not already in. Personally, if we can maintain the neckline, start creating new patterns on this new base of support, which was previous resistance, that is a good enough signal for me for bullish continuation and a new all-time high. But if we're closing beneath this line again, don't get thrown off. We still are on that path, but it's now being stalled off, and we're now deviating from that path to find a key level of support to use as a pivot point to go back on that trajectory. So don't get thrown off. It's just whether it wants to happen now or later, and that's all you need to worry about. So there's actually nothing to worry about, because we know what is going on. We're in a correction that we will get out of and put in a new all-time high, as shown the last few occasions. So why would this be any different? You can argue that we're getting out of this earlier, so it's about maintaining this level as support. For bullish, you could argue that that is this area over here, and we're on this pump up, but without reaching the 200 EMA, because truly, guys, you don't actually need to meet the 200 EMA. We're looking for supports or bullish patterns appearing either on the 200 EMA or slightly above it. And if we look to the left over here, just before we continue, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We're trying to get to 10k subs as quick as possible. So if you could share these Wojak updates on Twitter in your communities, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, we don't need to hit the 200 EMA, although that is what happened last time, the last few occasions, and that is what we were actually anticipating this time round. Although we change with the times, if we're being shown something new, we're going to, move along with that. And the case here has been that we've put in a higher high. So now we need to maintain this yellow area, which is the daily newly formed bullish cross, a signal that we don't really want to ignore long term. This means that we will be putting in a new all-time high, but that it might not be today or tomorrow or the day after or next week, but it's coming. And know that it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's just a matter of when is it going to happen. And it can happen a lot sooner rather than later if we maintain this area as support. And yeah, create a new pattern just like we did over here, another double bottom, a level higher, and that would be nice. So the level that I'm going to mark out right now, right over here, 79109, and this is potentially the reason for why we don't actually need continuation to the 200 EMA. It's because, as you can see, we never lost it as support. We just reversed and came back to our previous support, looking for a higher low, and then we've double bottomed over there and putting a new higher high above this high. I know it's not a higher high above this, but it is higher than this. So now, after this low, high, higher low, higher high, the anticipation, the expectation is that we form a low higher than this one and higher than this one, because this is the one that we just came from. So it makes sense for this low to appear within this area for a new bullish pattern to take us to a new all-time high. But remember, if we fall beneath it, don't get thrown off. It means that we're just going to spend a longer period consolidating before eventually going up anyways. Like, subscribe, comment, and share so we can get to 10K. And don't forget that I would also have education available as well. Use the links down below to head over to the website or the Twitter for more information. But I do have a Discord community with all my investment buy and sell alerts, as well as teaching you guys there on a daily basis. I've also got an ebook as well for anyone wanting to start out.